Afro Tales Podcast is a part of the Connected Podcast Network. Chef. Yes, Glio. Don't you love how we get to share our stories and recipes? Yes, I enjoy it greatly. Do you know what makes it possible for everyone to hear us? Yes, Glio. Our voices, obviously. True, but it's also Anchor, a hosting platform that distributes the podcast to places like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and others. Oh, yes. And isn't everything needed to make a podcast in one place? That's correct. And the best thing of all, Chef, it's free. Free, you say? Free. And all I had to do is download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. So, you just had to download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Yep, download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm and do what we're doing now. Fantastic, Grio. Simply fantastic. I know, Chef. I know. Ahoy, my friend, and welcome aboard the AfroTales Podcast, a ship that will carry us from location to location, exploring the tales that grew from the African diaspora in the Americas and the Caribbean. I am Amon Mazinga, your teller of yarns. As we head out, a particular yarn for each location will be spun. Come, sit with me, and enjoy this journey. Brer Rabbit getting married? Brer Rabbit wanted to get married. He went around telling all of the animals about his plans. I'm going to get married, y'all, and I'm going to marry the finest woman I can find. Brer Rabbit bragged. Then he would proudly shake his tail. But not one, and I mean not one animal, would allow him to marry his daughter because they all knew he was full of tricks. If Brer Rabbit were to ask, each animal planned to claim that his daughter was elsewhere. But Brer Rabbit made it quite clear to them that he wasn't planning to marry any local or ordinary everyday girl. I ain't marrying no girl from around here. I'm only going to marry a beautiful girl. I'm going to marry the king's daughter. All of the animals laughed because they thought that Brer Rabbit was simply out of his mind. But one day, Brer Rabbit went to Brer King and told him that he would like to marry his daughter. Hello, Brer King. I plan on marrying your daughter. Brer King asked him, what gives you the right to feel worthy of my daughter? Brer Rabbit began to tell Brer King of his cleverness, his smarts, and his wittiness. Then Brer King told him that he would have to prove himself first, bringing him a bag full of blackbirds, and then 2 teeth from a rattlesnake. Brer Rabbit began to plot. He went down the road singing, ding, 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 I'm gonna marry the king's daughter. He went into the woods where blackbirds were and began to talk to himself, saying, which is heavier, a blackbird or a quail? Brer Rabbit began to argue the point to himself out loud. The blackbirds began to argue, quails are all feathers and we are heavier. Quails all feathers and we are heavier. Let's not fuss about it now. I'll just weigh you in the bag and then I'll weigh the quails later. Now you guys go ahead and get in the bag. The blackbirds got into the bag and Brer Rabbit happily tied the bag up and then went down the road smiling and singing, ding, 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 I'm gonna marry the king's daughter. When he got to Rattlesnake's home, he found Mr. Rattlesnake fast asleep. So Brer Rabbit woke him up. Mr. Rattlesnake! Mr. Rattlesnake! Yes. Sorry to wake you up, Mr. Rattlesnake, but there's something that you must know. That's all right, Brer Rabbit. What is it? The rattlesnake said. Brer Rabbit cleared his throat and said, Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you have to know what they are saying. They are saying that your back is crooked. Crooked? My back? Crooked? What? Who would ever say such a thing? Don't worry about it now, Brer Rabbit said. I can take care of it. I can help you prove that you're straight. Brer Rabbit brought a stick and asked Mr. Rattlesnake to straighten himself beside it. Then he tied the rattlesnake to the stick. Brer Rabbit jumped around Mr. Rattlesnake, pinching him here, slapping him there, and just checking him in several spots. Then he said, Well, that's it. It's not your back, it's your teeth. While Mr. Rattlesnake was trying to answer, Brer Rabbit pulled out 2 of his teeth and was off to see the king, singing, Ding, 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 I'm gonna marry the king's daughter. Brer King told Brer Rabbit, There is just one more thing that you must do for me. So he gave Brer Rabbit a bag and told him that there was a lot of money in it, and he asked Brer Rabbit to bury it. On the way, Brer Rabbit decided that he would remove a few dollars in order to buy himself a wedding suit. When he opened it, 2 of Brer King's big hunting dogs jumped out and began to chase Brer Rabbit. They got so close that they bit off his tail. And from that day to this, Brer Rabbit has no tail. The end. Okay, so yeah, that was a very interesting situation for Brer Rabbit. First of all, I'm wondering when this happened in Brer Rabbit's timeline, because I thought he was already married. But who knows, right? I was interested because I thought Brer Rabbit always had a tail. So maybe this is later on. Some interesting things about this story. I haven't gotten to it yet, but as we know that Brer Rabbit and Anansi are very similar in things they do. Well, Anansi has a tale similar to this, where he gets all the stories of the world, and he's made to do certain tasks, and there's 3 tasks, and he gets all the stories. Well, this one took a twist on that, and where Brer Rabbit's trying to get married, and he has to do 3 tasks, yet in the 3rd task, because of his greed and his trickery and everything like that, the king is like, I'm not gonna really let this guy marry my daughter, so I gotta get rid of him. And because of Brer Rabbit's greed and him always trying to get over, the king puts 2 big hunting dogs in the sack. And I just don't know how Brer Rabbit didn't know. But hey, right? Hey, he didn't know. And they come out and they bite him. They bite his tail off. And if you think that there's no such thing as rabbits without tails, look up marsh rabbit. I will have some pictures posted on my Instagram and Twitter. You can go. I'll be putting them out right around the time the episode drops. But yeah, there's a rabbit without the tail. So, and they do exist. So, hey. And there's also such things as a swamp rabbit. Maybe we'll have a story about the swamp rabbit one day. I don't know. It's huge. Anyway, I just like how the king is like, just do these things, and of course you can marry my daughter. And Brer Rabbit's like, yep, I'm gonna do it. And at the end of the day, no, you're not. And as I was reading it, I was trying to like really think about like what real life situations can this fit. And I think it more goes with the fact that some people think too highly of themselves. Not to say that he didn't deserve to marry the king's daughter. I mean, you marry whoever falls in love with you, and you marry whoever you love. So that is out the picture. But he thinks just because of who he is, he can go into somebody's home and say, yo, I'm going to have this. You're going to give me this or whatever just because of these certain things about me. And that's it. And he's kind of arrogant about that, And I think this kind of teaches him a lesson. It's like, no, actually, you weren't that clever. You weren't witty. You weren't, as smart as you thought you were. Because I was able to put two big dogs in a sack and trick you into thinking they were money. So obviously you're not everything you think you are. And sometimes people got to be brought down a couple pedestals, because some of us out here are just way too conceited for our own good. We think we're just God's gift to everything, and we are really not. We really need to bring that down. But so if you do think you are, think highly of yourself. By all means, think highly of yourself. But be realistic at the same time and understand that as good as you are, there's somebody better out there. Okay? And that's really all I have for you guys today. Go see Chef. I don't think he's going to do rabbit stew. Rabbit stew. I got some country people listening to this, so, rabbit stew he might do. I don't know. But it should be good. So go see the chef. And until the next journey, have a blessed day.
Welcome, my friends, to the Galley. I am your chef, and today we will make a wonderful meal inspired by the story you have just heard. We are going to prepare an easy breakfast frittata. Now, what will you need to prepare this meal? Easy. 9 eggs, half a teaspoon of paprika, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/8 teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper, 1 tablespoon of oil or bacon grease. I prefer bacon grease. Half red pepper diced, 4 mushrooms. Whether you dice it, chop it, slice it, is up to you. 1 dinner sausage, chopped into little bite-sized pieces. 3 green onions chopped, and 2 handfuls of baby spinach. If you have small hands, maybe 3 to 4 handfuls. Now, how do we put this meal together? Easy. In a large bowl, crack the eggs and whisk them together with the paprika, garlic powder, salt and pepper. Set aside, and then preheat the oven to 425 degrees. In an oven-safe skillet, cast iron is what I use. Heat the oil or bacon grease over medium-high heat. Add the chopped red peppers and saute for 2 to 3 minutes until they begin to soften. Now you can add the mushrooms and saute for another minute. Then you can add sausage, green onions, and spinach and cook just until the spinach starts to wilt, about 1 minute. Then you will reduce the heat to medium-low. Pour the eggs into skillet over the sauteed vegetables and sausage and cover the skillet with a lid. Cook over medium-low heat without stirring. Do not stir until the eggs begin to look set around the edges and start to release from the pan. But make sure the middle is still a little wobbly. About 5 minutes should do. Then you can transfer the skillet with the frittata to the oven and let bake 9 to 10 minutes until the middle is completely set. If you are going to meal prep or plan to reheat the frittata later, try to undercook it just a little, maybe 8 to 9 minutes. Then you reheat each portion and it will be cooked perfectly. Now, if you want to add a little cheese, add 3/4 cup of shredded cheddar, Fontana, or pepper jack with your eggs. If you want things super cheesy, sprinkle an additional 1/4 to 1/2 cup of shredded cheese over the top of the frittata in the last minute or so and let it melt. Oh, and that is it, my friends. Easy. Done. Now you go. Do what you do. Make this wonderful dish and let me know how it comes out. And until I have another wonderful recipe for you, remember Brer Rabbit and him almost finding a wife. Until then, my friend, enjoy.
My friends, we are here, and I want to thank you for coming out here on this voyage with me. Thank you for doing what you do and giving me the time to get to this point. I want you to join me in thanking Art by Chalet. I want to also join me in thanking those who create the sound effects and music on freesound.org and Free Music Archive. I want you to share this journey with your family and friends so that way they can be blessed just as you are. If you want to leave a comment or a review so others can learn about this voyage, please do so wherever you can. All other ways to support and contact me will be in the show notes. So please go there, check it out, and do what you do best and be you. Again, thank you. And until next time, have a blessed day.